history repeats itself in the patterns in the stone. We close our eyes and fumbling.
Hello again, everyone. Today I'm out on a day hike out in this beautiful forest again, a little bit south of Stockholm. And today I was thinking about showing you a little bit about making fire with a ferrorod. There are quite a few different ways of doing it, of course. But what I wanted to show was a few different materials, properties of the materials you have to use the ferrorod, and a few different ways of a few different materials that I use regularly myself to make fire with a ferrorod. So the first thing you have to have, of course, is a ferrorod. I always carry it here on my knife, just fastened by some pieces of inner tube. Also carry some fat wood, and I will show you how to use that for starting a fire with a ferrorod. So this ferrorod is a Light My Fire ferrorod, Swedish brand. It comes with this small striker. Of course, you could use the back of your knife or any other sharp object. You could use even a sharp stone if you wanted to. But I like this one because it also has a whistle on it, so it kind of doubles up as a whistle. And I think it works quite fine. Throws good sparks once you get the... Oh, wrong way. So there's different options, so I use that. Also, usually I have something to catch, kind of where I put my things, and for that I do use just a lid on my coffee pot usually. Let me see if I have to adjust this a little bit so you can see better. Let me see if I can tilt the camera. Okay, I hope that works. Let me show you the first kind of material that I use on a regular basis, and let's just do that with fat wood. So as I said, I always have a piece of fat wood on my knife, but for this I do have some other fat wood here. So what you do is that you shave really fine material off. So it's important that it's very thin, so I use the lid to catch that. And you just continue to do some shavings until you have quite a nice pile of it. And the thinner you can get these shavings, the better. So it will not hurt anything if you get really fine shavings. That will just help along the process. So that is perhaps how much I would normally use. And then just take your ferrorod, place that in, and there's different schools about how to use the ferrorod. Of course, you could put it down and then pull the ferrorod. I think that's probably easier if you use a knife. But you have to remember that the longer the sparks has to travel, the more they lose in temperature. The sparks are really hot from a ferrorod as is, so it's not as important as when you use a flint and steel. But still, the closer you get, the hotter the sparks are going to be when you strike the material that you want to light. And then I just scrape in the flames, and there you see, that burns really nice. And I have plenty of time to put this to start my fire. I just pour it inside. But so that's the first one, real easy. second one I was going to show you is birch bark. And when it comes to birch bark for using to start this type of fire, it's the really fine kind of papery kind of stuff you want to use. Not any thick pieces. And the finer this stuff is, the more worked out it is, or smaller, the easier it's going to catch. So I just work that over a little bit. And throw some sparks. And there you go. So much oil in it, so it really sticks to whatever once it starts burning. It's really flammable oils in there. So that was quite, as you can see, that was quite easy. So birch bark is definitely a favorite for using the ferrorod. So the last one is kind of like an emergency type of tinder, and I do carry that as well, kind of like a shore fire. Here in my little fire kit. So that would be a cotton ball covered in Vaseline. So to do that, you just take a little piece of cotton from your stash. Make sure that you close that up afterwards so you don't get any moisture in there. You do get some Vaseline. I do have some in this one. Just get some Vaseline on that cotton ball. Close that back up. Kind of work the Vaseline in a little bit in the cotton. Sure to expose some fibers. Then again, you just throw some sparks in there. There you go. So let's use this to actually start the fire. You just pour that inside there. And there we go. Thank you guys, that was all for now. See you later.